So it's pretty rare when I get to make a Grand Theft Auto 5 video, and I can say that I can talk to every single user who's played on every single platform. So it doesn't matter if you're playing on a $4,000 PC or if you're playing on PS3 or Xbox 360. What I'm going to be talking to you guys about today applies to old generation, current generation, PC, Xbox One, PS4, PS3, etc. And that's really cool because it's pretty rare that I get to do that today because Rockstar have really stopped supporting the old generation systems and have really just focused on content for the 3 current generation systems. But what we're going to be talking about today is some very unique, secret police or cop vehicle customization. And I think this is very, very interesting. Some of you guys have some questions about it as well. And I'm going to tell you guys what I think it means for Grand Theft Auto 5. So you guys might not know this, but there is actual customization for the cop cars in game that Rockstar have put in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, it isn't a mod. It's something that's actually in the coding and in the files of the game. It's just not available. Rockstar don't allow us to customize police vehicles in Grand Theft Auto 5. They don't allow us to customize police vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online either, or even store them for that matter. Luckily, in single player, we can actually store them. And it's really cool because it kind of opens up a whole nother world as far as new vehicles to customize. And obviously, the cop theme is one of the most requested DLCs and updates in GTA 5 and in Grand Theft Auto Online, whether it's cops and crooks or simply just being able to be a cop in terms of role play. But let's talk about how we can get some of this unique customization on these vehicles. So the first thing you're going to need to do is find a vehicle that has a lot of customization. Now, I've tried this with a couple vehicles. One of them was the Buffalo. Another one was the Dominator. Any vehicle that has a lot of customization, like spoiler, skirts, things you can do to the vehicle, you want to make sure that you can upgrade it as much as you can. So for this first example right here, I was able to stumble across a Dominator, and this actually worked perfectly. So once you have this vehicle, you want to then take it to the Los Santos custom shop. Now, at the Los Santos custom shop, what you're going to have to end up doing is basically putting all the customization on this vehicle. So once you do that, it shouldn't cost you too much. And if you're in single player like me, you have billions of dollars. So it's not that big of a deal to customize one vehicle here. Once you've got the vehicle, then what you want to do is find yourself a cop car. Now, there's multiple ways to go about doing this. You could easily just find one on the street. If you're not having any luck doing that, you can dial 911 or the emergency services on your in-game phone. And for whatever reason, if that's not working, you can simply go to the police station that is located in downtown Los Santos. Now, any of those methods are going to work. Just choose the one that'll probably give you the less amount of trouble where you don't have to deal with cops or anything like that. And you can choose any of the vehicles there. Believe it or not, a lot of these cop cars have different customizations. So you're going to have to play around with the different ones. Like if you get an undercover one or a cruiser or one of the FIB styled ones, they're all going to be different. So once you have the cop car, you're going to want to go to a location where the vehicle will be destroyed by water without fully submerging it. So a couple locations I've noticed work really well would be somewhere along the beach or somewhere that I choose in this video, which is kind of at like the helicopter bay area. I don't really know how to describe it, but you guys will definitely know where I am just by looking at it. So once you pull up here, what you want to do is take the cop car onto the ramp, and then you're going to need to slowly drive it into the water. Now, I recommend you have the sirens on because it's kind of a telltale sign when they stop making noise and when they stop spinning and glowing that your car is destroyed. So just slowly inch it into the water, which is kind of what I'm doing right here. And as soon as you feel the vehicle stop or the vehicle no longer be able to accelerate or move, what you want to do is switch to another character. So I was Franklin, and I ended up switching to Michael and Trevor a couple times. And that's really all you have to do. Now, once you switch to either Michael or Trevor, all you need to do is like run around for like 20 or 30 seconds. I noticed that if you wait a little bit longer, it'll probably work a little bit better. As long as you don't forget about it and wait like 5 minutes, you're totally going to be fine with this. And once you've waited the allocated time, what you need to do from there is just simply go back to the character you're playing as. So for me, that would be Franklin. And if you go back and if it's worked correctly, you'll notice you'll be in a police car with different customization. So the cop car that I have right now, it had a unique spoiler, it had a different exhaust, it had different bumpers on the car, it had an upgraded skirt, it also had different grille options on there as well. And some of those things might actually be hard to notice, but those changes are actually there. And like I said, these changes are real. They're not like glitched from other vehicles. They were meant for the cop car. In fact, because I'm doing this on PC right now with a mod menu, I'll show you that this customization was built for this vehicle. And you can see the amazing amount of customization on here. I mean, there's 2 or 3 options for the bumpers, 2 or 3 options for the spoilers, the skirts, the grills. There's a lot that Rockstar did to kind of program these vehicles to have an absolute ton of customization, yet none of it is available to us in the game, which again is kind of unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it isn't available regularly in GTA 5, but it's super unfortunate that something like that isn't available in online, where the majority of players today are going to be hanging out. Now, luckily, because we are in single player, we can store these police vehicles, and that's actually something you can do. So if you want to store it in Franklin's garage, or you want to store it in his house, or Michael's garage, or Michael's house, you totally can, and the customization will stick. It's not going to go away, which is super awesome. You don't have to do this glitch over and over and over again if you want to do that. Now, the reason this video might be helpful for you guys is I know a lot of people like either, role playing as a cop, doing things with cop cars, and in single player, if you want to do something, this is a great way to go about doing it. And as I mentioned earlier, you definitely need to play around with all the police vehicles, that being the SUVs, that being the undercover cop cars, the cruisers, the FIB style Buffaloes. Play around with them, try and find some of the cars, and you might end up with some pretty crazy combinations here. And like I said, I was able to find just 1 or 2, and you saw some of the upgrades that I was able to do on these cars, and it is actually super cool. Now, unfortunately, as you guys probably could tell throughout this whole video, this doesn't apply to online. And online, the rules are even stricter. Not only can we not store cop cars, we can't upgrade them, we can't customize them, a whole lot of nothing. And that's gotten a lot of people, I wouldn't really say concerned, but more like anxious as to why Rockstar don't allow us to do things like this. Because to be quite honest with you, the cop theme is one of the most highly requested in the game, whether it's cops and crooks, just role playing as a cop, being a good guy. And Rockstar just haven't seemed to allow us to do that, which once again is a little bit unfortunate. Now, I also want to kind of clear the airwaves a little bit here because I have seen some concerns about this. I got a question the other day from Mad Zingu, who tweets at me, do you think the files in-game for customization of the police car might indicate something like this in Tuners and Outlaws? So number one, we know that Tuners and Outlaws is not a real DLC. It's an awesome concept created by GTA Wise Guy. Number two, yes, you are 100% right. The files for the customization are in-game. It's not a mod. It's not anything like that. So it is there. Does it indicate that something will likely be coming in the future? That I'm not sure. We know that the Cops and Crooks theme is something that Rockstar haven't explored yet. So there's always the possibility that yes, it will be added into the game in a future update. But more than likely, this was just cut content that never made its way into the game. Maybe at one point, Rockstar did allow you to store customized cop cars or upgrade them in the Los Santos custom shop. Maybe there was a mission that involved upgrading the cop cars for some sort of special delivery or some sort of special assignment. We really don't know. But what we do know is the original plan of Grand Theft Auto Online, one of the paths you could have taken was to be a cop. And I think it would have been pretty limited if your path in online involved a cop, but not any customization to the vehicles or anything like that. So I can see Rockstar originally planning for cop car customization in the game, but honestly, it looks to have been cut at a pretty early time because as you guys saw with some of the things I was doing on the vehicles, yes, it was cool, but there wasn't a whole lot of customization there. It was, for the most part, pretty basic and only applied to a couple vehicles. So do I think this would be amazing? Absolutely. I would love to see something cop-oriented regarding customization, upgrading, exploring new types of vehicles. In fact, I think that would be one of the best DLCs Rockstar could possibly do. Introducing police vehicle customization or cop car upgrading or FIB, stuff like that. I think it would be amazing. But for now, it looks like this is just a unique get-around glitch that you can do this in single player and really doesn't have that much impact towards a future Grand Theft Theft Auto Online update, at least for now. We've seen the community's response to the Tuners and Outlaws trailer and how positive that has been, and it kind of makes you wonder if Rockstar see that and say, okay, maybe this is something we should consider introducing into online before we really have to say goodbye to it and start moving on to other and bigger and better projects. So I would love to see something like this, whether it's in Tuners and Outlaws, whether it's in a Cops and Crooks style mode. And keep in mind, Cops and Crooks was in Grand Theft Auto 4's multiplayer, which wasn't even close to being as advanced as Grand Theft Auto Online. So they definitely have the ability to do something. They just seem to haven't yet, which is slightly confusing, and I know might make some of you guys slightly upset. But anyways, that's really all the information I have for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you found it helpful. Hopefully you learned a cool little trick that you can use. I think this is super cool. I've been having a lot of fun customizing the cop cars in Grand Theft Auto 5. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, or want to see Rockstar introduce something like this into the game, be sure to drop a like rating on the video. That would be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.